swear these other podcasts are just a waste of time. I'm skipping through them, I'd rather listen and change my mind. Wes and Nick always help me through my daily grind. Your favorite guys, your favorite lines, change my mind. I swear these other podcasts are just a waste of time. I'm skipping through them, I'd rather listen and change my mind. Wes and Nick always help me through my daily grind. Your favorite guys, your favorite lines, change my mind.
Yeah. Nick, I bought my Christmas tree Thanksgiving weekend, and that was too early to pull the trigger. Changed my mind.
Wait, when was Thanksgiving again this year? It was
the last weekend in November. So, I believe it was the 28th.
It was the 28th. That's not. I wouldn't say. It's usually last weekend in November. It's usually the third week.
It's usually the last Thursday.
The last
November.
Thursday. That's just the way it kind of. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if you're right around the first, you're
the tree's
fine.
almost dead. The pine needles are falling off left and right. Yeah.
I can't remember as a kid because I can't say I've had to buy a tree personally in a little bit.
It's usually a month. I want 4 weeks of it. So it worked out that week.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think it's just a tree though. In hindsight, like I think we bought a bad tree. I think we got a lemon.
That's entirely possible.
Yeah, I think I'm just upset about it.
I would say
we're probably gonna have to take it down next week. After this weekend, we're having a little Christmas party.
Right. I know.
And hopefully it just lasts.
Yes, and you're taking it down right after the holidays.
Probably. No, probably after the party. Like before Christmas. Yeah.
Before Christmas?
It's a hazard. It freaks us out.
Are you sure you just... Okay, so maybe it's 11 then at this point, because I don't think...
Yeah, I think it's bad.
I think, honestly, my parents bought it the same time as you did. And
a lot of people do. That's it. I usually buy it the weekend after Thanksgiving.
I've definitely had it where we've done it the week before Christmas, where we've taken way too long.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, you got sports going on as kids and stuff like that. You're busy. But, I would say that's... I think what you did is actually fairly reasonable. I think you just got a crap tree.
I
wouldn't do that.
I got to go back and, it was like a $35 tree. We tipped the guy well. He tied it up to my roof, did the whole thing.
Yeah, it happens.
It's too bad.
It happens.
Episode 45, Change My Mind podcast. Welcome back. We're on the live stream, by the way.
Yes.
WBSM 1420 AM's YouTube channel. I'm Wesley Sykes, and across the table from me is the Donner to my Blitzen, Mr. Nick Fryer.
Isn't it Donder? Isn't it technically spelled Donder?
Yes. Donder?
Yeah, but it's pronounced Donner though. Like you said it right.
I want Donner like Donnie Marie Osmond maybe.
Sure. I'm surprised you didn't say this is the Pedro Martinez of the Change My Mind podcast. By the way.
Why is that?
Number 45.
Oh, exactly. Oh, yeah. See,
of course.
Yep, that was it. That's
Come
too
on,
bad.
you missed that one.
Yeah, I know. I did. What's some other good 45s here? Tom Glavine? No, he's 47.
47. Very random. I don't know if there's any other good 47s in history.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 45. I mean, there's not really a common. It's not one you see in basketball a lot. I don't know.
No.
What position?
Rafe LaFrentz, I think, was a 45.
He might have been a 45.
Yeah, that's a good pull.
I think Romeo Langford is now.
Oh.
But either way, I don't know of any others really through the years. I'm sure there are some, but Pedro's the number one.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad on my part here. But like I said, we're back on the live stream, and we're going to be discussing Christmas. It's our Christmas bonanza extravaganza because we're going to be taking a week off next week to celebrate the holidays with our loved ones.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be going through and listing some of our favorite Christmas movies, some of our favorite non-Christmas movies that could be qualified as Christmas movies.
Right.
Maybe after a thorough debate.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite Christmas traditions, like real or fake trees or eggnog. Where do you stand? That sort of stuff.
Is that a hot button issue, eggnog?
I think so.
I never knew
this time of the year, yeah.
I guess well, we'll get to that. But we got some news that we want to get to first, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
All right. So I know that one thing that you were excited about, very excited about, was the Top Gun trailer, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, I got hard nips right now,
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's great. It's going to be just some awesome male-on-male bro romance. Yeah, just a lot of action.
Not bromance, bro romance.
Bro romance, right.
Okay.
No, I guess you could.
It's a little different than bromance. just saying.
No, it's deeper.
And
it's deeper than
exactly.
that.
Well, anytime Miles Teller's in something, it's impossible for me to get anything hard. It's
no, you're not a Miles Teller guy.
No,
Whiplash,
one of the
War Dogs.
I've never seen Whiplash. I'm sure I would love him in
Fantastic Four. Come on.
No, he's also in what's the dystopian? What is the Hunger Game knockoff movies?
Oh yeah,
I shouldn't say that.
I know. Divergent.
Because the person, I think there's a woman that wrote that. She actually went to my college, but
oh yeah, and he plays like a jerk in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, he just got a face face that I want to punch.
Really? Yes. I like that with the mustache. He's got the mustache in here. It seems like he's toned up. You know, they got some shirtless sporting activities on the beach going on, tossing a football around, all greased up. Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer's back in it.
He seems like a dink. Like he really does.
All for it. It looks like this is going to be your quintessential summer blockbuster theater movie. It's going to be best seen in the theater, THX sound, Sony Dolby surround sound, all that stuff.
We'll see. We'll do an episode on it if you want to. I'm not going to push for it because Teller. I think Teller's the guy that just everybody wants to. For some reason, the higher-ups in Hollywood think he has the star power or whatever to be.
I agree. He has it. He has the it factor. Yes, he sure does.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he has a face that people want to punch. I'm not alone in this.
Well,
and if I am, then I...
In this room, between you and I, you are.
Well, that's... Okay, fine. But that's 50% of the room, though.
Well, yes. But the other 50% doesn't agree with you, though. You know, it's funny how that works.
And I guess usually if people don't want to punch you in the face, or they do, as long as there's nothing in the middle, then...
Yeah,
I guess all right.
We caught ourselves in a little bit of a pickle here.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
or a cucumber, however you want to put it.
You know, some people think that. Moving on, as we kind of run through the news here, Star Wars Episode 9: The Rise of Skywalker comes out this weekend.
Yes, it does. I'm very, very excited.
That's
for
it. That's the news. That's it.
Well, it's huge. This thing looks outstanding, and honestly. I mean, the Mandalorian's going on, and nothing will change whether or not I'm going to view it, at least in terms of the movies. But this is kind of huge. If they're ever going to have,
this is it. They're going to be wrapping everything up. You know, hopefully.
That's true too. Well,
because they said they're going to be doing shoot-offs. Like they're not going to be doing any more Star Wars movies.
We'll see. If the money's there, if people like
I guess
it.
That's true.
Yeah, they're definitely. Come on. I mean, I could see it happening. Where's the last one? If it sucks, and if people are pissed afterwards, like they were after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But the other thing is, too, and because I've heard people say this, when Empire came out, it wasn't always received well. Obviously, we weren't even born when that came out.
I don't believe so, no.
So, I asked my dad about it, and he's like, no, that's pretty accurate, that Empire was not received well when it first came out.
Really?
Just like Return of the Jedi, or at least similarly.
Wow.
So, I was a little surprised by that, but, I mean, that could leave hope, I guess, for later down the line. But I think that it's going to be... If it makes a lot of money...
Now, when you say the Return of the Jedi, do you mean the Last Jedi?
I mean the Last Jedi.
Okay.
I'm a dumbass.
Yes. Okay. All right. No, I was following you. I got you going on
I appreciate
it. So what do you hope to see from this movie? You know, what? And if you could have a clean slate, you could pick whatever's going on. What do you want to happen?
Well, based on what we've seen... I'm going to go based on what we've seen in the trailers.
Right.
I would really, really like to see more than 2 seconds of Rey with that double red lightsaber.
Okay.
Even if it's a dream sequence,
I
want to see
the dark side a little bit. Yeah.
I want to see more of it because she looks badass.
Now, you would be okay with the dream sequence. Some people think that's kind of like a cheat.
It would
kind
be
of a get around.
It would be a cheat, no doubt about it. But I just want to see it because I just think it looks cool. The imagery is just awesome. We haven't seen a female Jedi really. We had, but they were always aliens, I think, and previously. We haven't really seen it as a female Jedi. Now we get a chance to see a female Sith. Oh, that would be... And she fought Kylo Ren if he went good or something?
Yeah.
That'd be nuts.
I want the exact opposite. I want Kylo Ren joining the good side. And I would like them to find out that they're also... brother and sister, twins, whatever. I think that's a little tidy. It's a little too neat, but I think I like it.
I'd rather.
It's kind of a cheesy story as it is, so I think it all kind of plays.
Really, you think it's cheesy?
Well, it's not cheesy, but it's like the classic hero story that just gets replayed over and over again. So yeah,
that's fine. But I think that if they were siblings, that would make it. You know what would be really weird is it's not just that they're siblings. They're doing the same thing they did with Luke and Leia in the sense that like they kind of had a thing. Right. That's messed up. And I mean, I guess Game of Thrones has made it okay now for.
Oh yeah.
What's the word again?
Incest?
Incest, thank you. Yes, they've popularized incest outside of Alabama.
And Alabama, yeah. Yes. You were just going to say, why is it always Alabama?
I've heard people say Arkansas, too. From the real South, if you're really from down there, I think they say Arkansas.
I think Alabama gets a bad rap. Like, isn't there like a NASA, like in Huntsville, Alabama, like a lot of smart rocket scientists down in Alabama?
There's smart people wherever you go west, but there's also idiots, too.
That's the wise words of the day from Mr. Nick Fryer here. Also, if you happen to find yourself in Germany anytime soon, download the Burger King app and share your Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker spoilers by recording a voice message into the app, and you can qualify to win a free Whopper.
That is the dumbest promotion I've ever heard.
quote from a Burger King marketing director in Germany. We wanted to challenge people's love for our Whopper and put it to the ultimate test.
How the hell did you find that?
It was like one of the top searches for Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that speaks more to your search history or to
Well,
I don't know what I'm more surprised by, that or the actual promo.
Would you how much do you love the Whopper?
I think I've had a Whopper twice in my life. I've always been a Big Mac guy, or if I'm going to go to Burger King, Rodeo Burger.
The Rodeo Burger. Yeah, and we've, of course, gone down this path before.
Yes, we have.
In our fast food episode with our resident food expert, Mr. Brendan Curie.
Yes.
So if you want to go back in the archives and relive that train wreck of an episode that I think we actually did horribly on, and Brendan aced it.
He just knows how to talk about food a little bit more eloquently than we do. But
He's fantastic.
We're the everymen. So that's all what we always are.
I like that. Yeah. Just salt of the earth guys.
I think it was in the 30s, that episode.
Yes.
It was definitely in the 30s.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyway.
It was good stuff.
So that's the number one thing that you want, though, out of this movie is you want basically the return of Ben Solo?
Yeah, and I want some sort of, Palpatine tie-in, get that all shirt up and everything. You hear his voice, what's going on. Maybe some definitive information on who exactly Snoke was.
Snoke.
What did I say?
Snope. I just want to make sure you know that.
Yes. No, yeah, of course.
I always feel bad when I correct.
I am BD.
Yes.
I am BD. Okay, so now we're even.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that wrong again, I promise you.
But I want Professor Snope, right? I want to find out what his deal is. Now it's just like 3 different characters morphing into one. But Professor Snoke, or just Snoke. Now I'm confusing myself.
No, Snoke.
Just Snoke.
Yes.
I would like to know what his deal is.
Yeah, that would be a
maybe
good
actually find out how to spell his name.
That would be a good one. And I heard or read somewhere that we're gonna get more on. Oh my God, what's Boyega's character's name? Why am I drawing a blank? Finn.
Finn, yes. And we talked about that, actually.
Yeah,
you heard about that here.
That's where it was. all the days meshed together, Wes. So
I know. We're a little delirious as we're heading towards the Christmas break here, I think.
This is true. But like we talked about it a little bit, I just don't want it to, now remembering the conversation, I don't want it to overwhelm things. That's my biggest issue. We can get some, just don't go too far.
No, a C-plot.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't.
Because there's so much. Because
much.
If this is really the last Star Wars, of the trilogy sets, I would have to imagine they're bringing back everyone who was alive or doing some sort of a callback Force.
Yeah.
Force Ghost. Is that what that is? Is that the term?
That.
Like when they kind of come back, you get the Obi-Wan vision, that sort of thing.
Yep.
All those guys.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that either, especially if we got a Qui-Gon appearance.
Right. Yeah, there we go.
That would be outstanding. Or if we got maybe a Darth Maul appearance somehow. I don't think it would happen.
Something, I don't know.
I wouldn't hate it.
Something.
Wouldn't hate it. But anyway, you asked me a little while back to get kind of put something together for the Comic Book Minute for people who
a Christmas list.
Yeah, a Christmas list. And it was hard trying to figure out because do we want to do it for beginners? But our listeners aren't necessarily beginners. But we probably have some people who are like yourself.
Yeah,
who like
maybe
the shows.
Something at all 3 levels.
Exactly. So the way I looked at it was this is for people who like the movies, like some of the shows, and it's like I like the idea of getting to reading, but I don't know where. It seems intimidating. I just don't think there's anything out there for me. Well, you're wrong because I was in a similar position as you guys.
I like it. Okay.
So, first, I love Red Hood. That's my guy.
Sure.
That is what got me back into reading was Red Hood and the Outlaws, New 52. I could not put that stuff down. It was insane. I binged the hell out of it. Couldn't buy all, I came in, I think the whole series was done. Yeah, Rebirth had already started. I came in, just binged the hell out of it. I couldn't recommend that more. If you, I know you're probably not going to do it, but if you wanted to,
yes.
I have all those, and I would happily lend those to you.
Thank you. I might take you up on it. I probably won't.
Okay, but that's there.
But the thought, yeah,
Scott Lobdell wrote those. I don't know the artist because they kind of flip-flopped a little bit through all that. Then there's John Constantine's City of Demons, which they had a little thing on CW, The Seed, but that was not the same thing. Now, what the heck was that? Was that you?
Oh, you can hear that. I was trying to yeah.
I could hear that.
It was a mint.
It was so. I'm sorry.
This is just top-notch radio right now. Let me tell you.
Good thing this is a podcast. Yeah. Then. But John Constantine's City of Demons. This came out, I think, 2010, 2011-ish. This is Cy Spencer, Sean Murphy, and some people know Sean Murphy now for Batman, White Knight, and then Curse of the White Knight, which is going on now, and I've been reviewing that. Outstanding. I mean, John Constantine is dark, and I think people had issues when he kind of went more DC. I don't want to say light because DC has gone darker, but it was for Constantine, it was a little bit light. This is before that. This is dark. This is gritty. The artwork is very fitting. I honestly, Wes, would almost be more inclined to feel like this would get you in more than Red Hood. That's for you personally.
Oh, I'm a big fan of John Constantine. I'm a Catholic schoolboy, you know, so maybe I get some of that stuff there.
Yeah, that could be what it is. I love that. That's one. There's not many that I'll say I will definitely go back and read this. It's like maybe I will. This I will definitely go back and read. And I can't recommend that to people enough. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. This is the first one, not the second one that came out. The second one was fine, but the first one is outstanding, and it's just mayhem. Deadpool's going through a lot. You know, the whole fourth wall thing has to do with what's going on here, and he takes out everybody. People who you think are unkillable, he gets them all. So, I mean, that was fun. And then Deathstroke Rebirth. There's been 50 issues of this. I talked about it recently, how that came to an end. It was outstanding. Objectively, I would say it's got to be the best thing that I've read the best thing I've read since I really got back into reading comics. Christopher Priest was just outstanding. The artwork was really good too. I would say maybe try that fourth on this list just because I don't know if it will. I don't know. Maybe before Red Hood. I'm not certain.
Okay,
but it was really good. I would say those are the four that I would recommend to people most. And this is more for if you're in your late teens, honestly, to like early 30s. Anywhere.
I fall in that demo. I like
exactly.
that.
It's dark. Just
barely.
It's not like the old stuff that we grew up with as kids necessarily, and I feel like that doesn't always resonate well with people now. So. This is not for your kids. For those listeners that have children. Okay. I would not recommend that.
Not for kids.
Exactly.
Maybe got a little blood, some gore, maybe some sexual aspects to it.
Definitely don't give the John Constantine stuff to your kids. I do not recommend that.
All right.
One thing for the people who are reading stuff and looking for something new version of Suicide Squad with Tom Taylor writing it now. He's the guy who did Deceased. He's taken control of Suicide Squad, and they're starting over completely in the DC universe. So I'm hopefully going to review that this week. We'll see if I have time.
That is, I think, more than plenty. I appreciate you following through on my request from a couple of weeks ago. That's great.
Now, you picked out our drinking buddies.
Yes, I did.
For this week.
I had a stroke of imagination. You know, I just had to flow with it sometimes, you know?
Yeah, you got to run with it.
So I put, it's Christmas extravaganza bonanza here in the Change My Mind podcast. So what better characters to choose from to go hang out with, have a drink with, than Kevin McAllister from Home Alone or Buddy the Elf?
Okay. I would have to go with Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
Because Buddy the Elf, I've told you before, the secondhand awkwardness for me is like a serious issue.
Yes.
I mean, I will watch The Office someday, I swear.
That's still beyond me. That is just such a show for you.
It's just, I cannot take Michael Scott sometimes. And it's not because it's not funny. I just can't.
No,
it just sends
I get it.
shivers down my spine.
I definitely get it.
And
but it's not enough to watch it, sorry.
What?
Not enough to not watch it.
Right. I get that. Now, Buddy, Elf, I saw it the first time, and then I did not see that probably for 5 years. I could not watch that movie because it was the same exact thing. I got over it, but it still gives me, like, sometimes it's like, if I got seen with this guy in public, it'd be like, dude, just take it easy, stop it. I just can't. I can't with him.
So you're just more choosing not Buddy than Kevin McAllister.
Yeah. Okay. Kevin's kind of a whiny kid, but I mean, he's also, you give him what he wants and he'll shut up too.
Well, see, I would go with Kevin McAllister. Although I think Buddy the Elf would be a nice choice to hang out with, be very optimistic. You'd probably have a lot of, I don't know, spiked hot chocolates, that sort of thing, you know?
Maybe if I was staying indoors, like not going out, then maybe I'd be more inclined to pick Buddy.
Well, he had a good hookup, if you go up to the North Pole, he's got an in there.
Okay, but
yeah, that's something. But it's Kevin McAllister because I want to know some gadgets, some tips, some tricks on how to protect my house, my home.
Yeah,
he's really the one. I mean, he has all the life experience, right? Buddy the Elf has zero life experience. This guy made it in New York and was staying at a penthouse hotel. I lived in New York for 4 years. I never stayed in a penthouse.
Yeah, no, the kids definitely lived.
Except once, actually. I did go to a penthouse once.
Oh, did you really?
It was a New Year's Eve party. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, not like that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I got a little ahead of myself.
No. Actually, I think I got drunk and then left before 1 o'clock and then threw up my lobster thermidor dinner that morning.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. It was like $150 dinner, bunch of friends. We all went out. Nice lobster thermidor, multiple courses.
I'm
Threw
immensely
it
jealous.
all up.
Wow.
That's what happens when you mix cream, seafood, and booze.
Oh, sounds. Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
gonna throw up just thinking about that.
But regardless, give me Kevin McAllister. I wouldn't be drinking booze with Kevin McAllister.
yeah,
He's underage.
that's the other thing. We're running into the underage thing
Yeah.
again. Well,
But he's very old for his age. You know, he's very mature.
yes, he is. Yeah.
So I'll say that. You know, maybe you can fool a bartender or something. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely Kevin McAllister.
Okay, but on that
Absolutely.
note, let's get into the main topic here. The topic of choice is the, once again, aforementioned Christmas Bonanza Extravaganza. Mm-hmm. Or Extravaganza Bonanza.
What do you?
Which
have
one
right
do you
now?
want it?
I think Bonanza Extravaganza
Okay,
works.
B before E. I like it.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let's start with your top 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Do you want to go? I list my 5.
Five from 1. We'll go one tit for tat here.
Tit for tat. Okay.
5 for 5, 4 for 4.
So I'm gonna start off with The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. I mean, that was just these. You'll find a theme with my movies as we go along in this, but I mean, it's just like that's the '90s.
Yeah,
That's what I think of.
I agree.
Yeah, Tim Allen.
Fantastic movie. It's number 3 on my list, actually. You know, I think I might have mentioned this before, but I am a COD, child of divorce. So at my father's place, at his first place after the divorce, there was 2 movies in his possession. One was Multiplicity, and the other was Santa Claus.
Wow.
So it was both about middle-aged men dealing with their families or marriages falling apart, and
Right.
the man's like propped up as the good guy. So it was actually really interesting. But
So-
looking back, I never put that together until years later.
Real quick side note: COD, is that like a thing? I've never heard. Or is that
I just heard it recently. I was like, you know what? I kind of like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. I've
And
wondered.
then people may think I'm just like a really good Call of Duty player.
That's what I thought of at
Yeah.
first. But anyway, number 4.
my number 5. I'm sorry, real quick.
Oh,
We're going,
jeez.
Yeah, I went on a tangent there.
No. I got lost because you gave one.
Elf.
Okay.
Elf is that. So I like it. It's a funny movie. It's like the rewatchability is not as high for me as other people. I think other people just really love this movie. I like it. It's funny. It's a good time. It's lighthearted. It's what
Wow.
you know. It has the Christmas spirit in it, which is something that's very important to me when I'm watching a Christmas movie, and in defining a Christmas movie for that matter, is how present the Christmas spirit is, and there's an abundance of it.
Abundance of it for sure, especially by the end of the movie when they get the sled going.
Right. Yes.
But
yes.
I'm surprised. So you're like, this one's good for you, but it's not like, see, like for me, all of these 5, and an ideal Christmas, I've watched all 5 of these movies.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'll definitely watch Elf.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, because it just didn't sound, it's not like it was 5, but it's like
It's
because I
just
have
the
to have
other
5.
ones, like in comparison to some of the other ones on the list that I put in honorable mentions. You know, it's just I like that one better.
Okay, I'll say this: Elf is not on my list.
Yes,
it is. I would put it in like an honorable mention category for sure. It's great. It's a very good movie. It's just again the awkwardness sometimes it gets me. But
Yeah.
I will say Zooey Deschanel as a blonde, I'm a fan of.
Yes, yeah, great voice.
Yeah,
Nice set of eyes.
Outstanding voice.
Number 4.
Number 4 on my list is Home Alone, the original Home
The
Alone.
original number 4.
Number 4 on my list.
Yikes.
Yes, it is. Well, the other ones are a little bit more. Well, 2 of the other ones are a little bit more special, and I like one.
So
of them
I don't
more fun.
agree with this at all. Home Alone is my number 1 all-time favorite Christmas movie.
Okay.
I was the exact target audience age when this movie came out, so
Were you?
it spoke to me on a spiritual level. Is what I was saying. I had now this is from Home Alone Lost in New York, but the walkie-talkie talkback thing. I had that. You know, I wanted everything. This movie filled with Christmas spirit. If you watch the Movies That Made Us documentary or docuseries on Netflix,
watch that.
that's one of the episodes they do. It's amazing at how much red and green is like in every scene, in the wallpaper, you know, and like they made it such a point to have red and green present in there to really give you an idea of a Christmas movie.
Huh.
A la Christmas spirit.
Right. Yeah, no, look, don't get me wrong. It was hilarious as a kid. It's still hilarious now. I love Joe Pesci and
Daniel Stern. Yeah.
Daniel Stern. Thank you. I love Daniel Stern. He's freaking hilarious. But
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's number 4 on my list, and it's because there's another one that may be a little bit like it that may be higher on my list. And then there are
Okay.
some other ones that are a little bit more special to me. But I will say, I did get to see the house. I was at night, unfortunately, but because it was in Winnetka, Illinois, where
Right,
they shot
yeah.
it, and I did get to see one, so it was kind of cool. Like when I saw it in college, I was like, wow, this is just. I don't know. It was a little surreal just because.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
See the movie.
I would want to take a photo in front of it.
I didn't do that.
Maybe get a little Nero's pizza truck delivery hatchback in there.
Yeah.
But you know they didn't film actually in that house.
They didn't?
The corners were too tight. They I don't know, went to like a nearby school or something and then built up the entire house.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that part.
It was a whole big set thing.
Huh. Oh, I got to find out where that was.
So that's from that docuseries. If you watch that, nice little tidbits in there.
Okay. And Breakfast Club was filmed not far from there either, I think. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very nice.
What's your number 4?
My number 4, fairly new movie, also of the comedy variety, The Night Before.
Yeah, I never saw this.
So this is starring Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, what's his name? Falcon. Why am I always blanking on his name?
Anthony Mackie?
Yes, Anthony Mackie. You have Michael Shannon in there. Mindy Kaling's in there. What's her name from Mean Girls, who's the ugly girl, and Now You See Me?
And
yeah, you reckon I forget her name, but anyway, she's also in that movie. Very funny.
Oh, Mean Girls. The one.
Yeah, she's like the freakish one.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'll find her name in a second, but I know who you're
Lizzie
talking about.
Kaplan. There we go. Bam. Wow. Oh my God. From the recesses of my brain, I love it.
From the top rope.
Yes, that's it. Coming down with the elbow, baby. But a very funny movie. It's not as well received critically or like audience wise, but I just find it to be very funny. It's 3 very likable characters who are just hang out and have a good time with one another.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to give it a shot. Is it available anywhere?
Yeah, well, if you have Xfinity, I believe it's available on demand.
Dang it,
for free.
It's not available there. Then I don't.
You could just use. Maybe I shouldn't say this on air, but go to the night before GoogleDrive.com into your Google search bar, and that should be able to pop up. Right, that worked for you for some of the movies, right?
I mean, if I have done that before, I would probably say it has worked. I mean, I don't know if I have done that before.
Right,
I'm not
right. But hypothetically speaking, it would make sense if one were to do that.
Yes, I would say it's
the
probably
level
worth
of
a shot.
ease.
Yes.
And lack of viruses that one could attain by going to other means.
Yes, at least that we know of.
Right.
Not that we have any experience with that. Anyway.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Miracle on 34th Street, the 90s remake. I think this was 1994.
Boo.
So this is with Matilda and with Dylan McDermott. And my mom loved this movie. So
What a boring movie.
It is not a boring movie.
But I understand if this was something through your childhood that you grew up watching. Like,
yes.
You know, it goes into something we'll get into a little bit later, Christmas traditions, and that sort of thing.
That if we don't watch that, like that one's 3 on my list. But if we don't watch that at the holidays, you know, when we were over back home all the time, then it was like, well, something's wrong, because that was my mom's absolute favorite. She loved the kid. She thought Matilda was hilarious.
See, I get that. I definitely get that, because that'll come into one of my top movie choices.
The mom used to piss me off though so much. God. Anyway.
That wasn't there for me. So my number 3 is the Santa Claus. So your number 2.
My number 2 is Home Alone 2. What is it? Lost in New York.
This is outrageous to me. This is like downright blasphemous.
No, it's not. It's how can you why?
Because the story isn't there. It's just more gags. He's in New York City. You have the weird pigeon lady. You have Rob Schneider in there, and what's his name? The other guy.
Oh, the guy with the really deep voice.
Yeah. I love you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to watch Home Alone or most comedies in general for the story. I'm going for
There's no John
laughs.
Candy in this one.
I don't care about John Candy. It's got more Joe Pesci, more abuse of friggin' Daniel Stern. Oh my God, that's what I want. Daniel Stern, it stands out in these. And I mean, it's obviously his peak and everything like that, along with Rookie of the Year. But he's hysterical. I love the pranks.
The Wet Bandits, the Sticky Bandits.
Suck brick, kid.
Like, I prefer the Wet Bandits to the Sticky Bandits.
No, I mean, I think that they're both. I think they're both good. I think Kevin just has to get a little more creative, and it gets a little bit more deadly in Home Alone 2.
New York City in Home Alone 2 is like very creepy. Like he gets into the cab and everything. It's like very scary. I'm not for it.
That's what I envisioned it as a kid. That was like my interpretation of New York City when
very dirty
as a child.
And like, yeah.
And then I turned out that's actually what Philadelphia is like.
Wow, there we go. That's an unnecessary shot at the city of brotherly love. It's Christmas, for Christ's sake.
Anyways, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is A Christmas Story. So you were mentioning a Miracle on 34th Street. This is something that always plays in my house when we do family Christmas parties on Christmas Eve on TBS, and then well into Christmas morning. We usually have some sort of zucchini bread. with coffee or milk or juice or something in the morning, open presents. With that going on in the background. So I never watch it anymore in one sitting, but I watch the entirety of the movie over the course of the 24 hours that it's playing.
You know what's funny is I feel like I always walk in on like the same parts all the time because I have it on throughout the course of the day too. I mean, I liked it a lot more as a kid.
It's gotten played out a little bit, admittedly, but it's something again that just reminds me of Christmas. That is Christmas to me.
Definitely on my honorable mentions, like would have to be there for sure. Number one, now you've already said yours is
Home Alone.
Okay.
The original.
The original, right?
Better story.
Whatever.
Also, because real quick too, it's more believable that all right, the kid will get left behind when they have 11 kids that are all going to France. One time, first time, it's done. The second time, you got to call like protective services or something. You know what I mean? Like it's really a lot more negligent.
I mean, back in the 90s, though, they didn't care as much. It's not today, where then you take the kid away from the parents.
That's not like those olden times where we have wooden wheels and everything.
I think it was a far different
butter.
time. This is true, but it was a far different time. They still churn butter now. You saw in Parks and Rec, you have that mentioned under your Christmas specials. I mean, in an episode of Parks and Rec, they churn butter. So it still happens today. So don't act like it doesn't happen. Anyway.
I hate you.
My number one is Muppet Christmas Carol. I think that, it's funny.
This is my wife's favorite movie.
Oh, is it?
It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, man. I used to watch this at my grandparents' a lot as a kid, and I love the story in general. And what's funny is that I used to think there were two Marley Brothers because this was the first version of the Christmas Carol that I ever saw. So, I mean, just all that kind of together, and then I just think the Muppets are always funny and whatnot. So, you combine all that, and then it's Michael Caine.
Right, yes. Yeah, it's an awesome movie. It's funny. Like, again, that's gotten worked into our rotation during the holidays.
Right.
So I've already seen that once. So it's a good time. That made my honorable mention list.
So what do you got for honorable mentions?
Home Alone, Lost in New York. Muppets Christmas Carol. Christmas Vacation. Again, I was just in that realm where it just missed me, and I never really went back. Like I like it. I'm just not a big Chevy Chase fan. I think he's kind of a douche.
We've heard that before, right? But I like Fletch a lot. I will say.
Yeah. Yep. This is more of a Thanksgiving movie, but Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah.
Very funny movie. Again, that kind of ties into that was my dad's favorite movie. You say a lot of jokes from it and everything. Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bad Santa, not too high on it. I think it's a little overrated, a little depressing, to be honest with you. And then a new one, which was bad. I was very disappointed about it. Office Christmas Party.
I never saw this one.
So you know what I'm talking about, though? It's Jason Bateman and what's her name? Aaron Rodgers' ex-girlfriend and Psylocke. Yeah.
Oh, I may have actually seen part of this.
And who's it? TJ
Hubbard. No. Wow. That's telling.
Is that basketball?
No, that's from another show. It's from that's too funny. No, TJ Miller?
Yes. Yeah. So I like all those people individually.
Yep. Sorry.
Are you going to let anyone else in on this joke?
I'll tell you. I promise you I will tell you. Yeah, I promise you I'll tell you. I'm just laughing at myself. Just how reflexive I am sometimes.
But it was a disappointing movie.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did see this.
Jennifer
and
Aniston's
I think
in
it was
it too.
Brutal. Yeah, I think you might be right. I'm not certain, but I remember Jason Bateman in a Christmas one. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's just.
I think I saw that in theaters with my. I think I saw them in theaters with my parents and my brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one was brutal. But anyway, so that brings us to the best Christmas TV episodes and specials.
Yeah, so kind of tough here. There's some good ones here. Most of it comes down to The Office, which I know you don't watch, but any of The Office ones, you just type into Google Office, and they'll give you the whole list of how you can watch them on Netflix, which episodes and everything. The one I like, though, is Season 2, Episode 10, Christmas Party. It's the first Christmas special that they did on The Office. It's a Secret Santa where Michael buys an iPod that's $400 and the limit's $25. Then he gets upset when he gets an oven mitt, and he's like, "Well, I bought someone an iPod," and they're it kind of goes back and forth. So they switch to a Secret Santa to a Yankee swap, and it's a good time. It's a fun episode. Benihana Christmas is a good one on there. The Christmas Scandal in Parks and Rec, which you could probably speak to more.
Yeah, I was looking over this and I could not remember this episode for the life of me.
They do The Follies, which is like the roast style show that the Parks Department hosts, and they have Counselor Dexart, and they're kind of making fun of him. And then Dexart calls in Leslie Knope and was like, "How'd you hear about this latest scandal with the nurse?" And then they get roped up together and they go on Pawnee Today.
That does ring a bell a little bit. I don't know why though. I read the whole synopsis.
Yeah, I think I was just read that word for word actually.
But I doesn't. I mean, the only thing a little bit is the Dexhart thing. Other than that,
Oh, it's a great one. It's hysterical.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I felt like I was much higher on season 3, 4, like I think 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like after 2, I don't know, because that was when Mark was gone.
Yeah,
after
Bogdanowicz is still there at that point.
Yeah, at 3, I think he's gone by then, right? He leaves during 3.
Yeah,
and I think
no, I think 2 is. I think he's only there for the first 2 seasons.
Oh, okay, well things got a lot better when Bogdanowicz left.
I like Bogdanowicz.
I don't get that. Why do you like Bogdanowicz?
Yeah, he's a little different.
Because he's the straight man?
I didn't like him originally, and then he's grown on me on rewatches.
Huh.
Some other things though.
Interesting.
Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas from Community. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that show.
I've seen the show. I don't know.
It's pretty fun. It's like a stop motion show or stop motion episode, so it's pretty cool. Kind of a musical thing. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Mr. Hanky fan. I don't know.
No, you weren't a South Park. This is
I like South
before
Park.
South Park got like refined and smart and edgy.
Yeah.
This is just when it was just kind of like blunt and in your face.
It was, yeah. I haven't watched the last 4 seasons, I want to say, of South Park. But Mr. Hanky, I just never was a fan of.
Okay.
But you
It's
like
Always
that one.
Sunny in Philadelphia. I like it. These are just some popular ones
Yeah,
here,
of
I think,
course.
there. But I do love the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Very Sunny Christmas Parts 1 and 2. It's fantastic. Love that. That's a great. I might have to go back and watch that later this evening when I return home. Some ones that you've added, some more of the classics.
Yes, so I have the claymation version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, come on. That's another one, like when I was a kid, I loved watching that. Although, I feel like I saw this last year that somehow that special is now racist.
Yeah, something about the toys, like the Misfit toys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't read into it. I'm not going to read into it because I never looked at it that way, and I don't know how. I mean, if it is, then that's terrible. But I can't imagine that it actually is. People probably just digging.
Yeah. It's,
Frosty the Snowman. I did not really. I'm always blown away. Not always, but I'm blown away sometimes by the animated movies, shows, whatever that we see, and it's like what year they came out. And the Frosty the Snowman, I thought that one was like, early 90s or whatever. It came out in 69.
69, ahead of its time. Great stuff right there.
I was blown away by that.
That's good stuff.
The other one that I'm surprised that you didn't have on here.
This was a big oversight on my part.
The Festivus.
Yes, for the rest of us.
How
yes.
do you trade Jay Buhner? Oh my God, that's one of the best episodes ever. of
You're
Seinfeld.
absolutely right, 100%. Also, we'd be remiss in the movies. We didn't mention how The Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, are you a fan of the Jim Carrey version, the live action version?
I liked it, but my family doesn't like it a lot.
It scares me. Jules loves it.
Watching it. I like it.
It freaks me out.
You know what's funny actually is I definitely still quote him sometimes. So I probably should have had that on my list. I probably should have had that ahead of Home Alone.
Oh wow! Oh
yeah, I probably should have.
No, you did the right thing. Let me tell you.
It's definitely up there for me though. But I actually saw the most recent one too. I think it was on TV or something.
Oh, with Benedict Cumberbatch.
I might have seen that on a date actually. Yeah.
Oh, you were on a recent date. Huh?
No, this was like it was last year.
Oh,
I think. Yeah.
I thought you said recent.
No, I said I saw it on a date. I think when that came out last year. Yeah, no, I wasn't on a date recently. Come on, let's be real, Russ.
I was gonna say, you slipping some news by me here.
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
getting scooped over here.
Yeah. Don't remind me. Anyway, that is, and then there's the original one too.
Right. Which is a TV special.
Right.
Charlie Brown, that sort of stuff. I guess that's cool. Whatever.
The Charlie Brown one I cannot remember is from my childhood. I can remember the Grinch one, the Grinch special.
Right.
But that one I know.
I was never a big Peanuts guy.
Really?
Nah. Not for me.
I'm more of an almonds guy myself, so I
was
don't blame you.
Family circus type of guy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So non-Christmas movies that can be debated as Christmas movies.
I don't see how there's any debate. These are all Christmas movies.
Really?
No.
Die Hard? Come on. I don't want to draw this up because this is kind of like the straw man argument now. You really think it's a Christmas movie?
No. I usually say it just to piss you off.
Now, I know Tim usually does. He's going to be keeping his voice on reserve here, but do you have anything to say about Die Hard?
Yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but there's a local director named Casey Tebow. Mm-hmm. He's from Freetown, and he does a lot of work with some of the bigger Hollywood names, and he's worked with Chris Columbus. Mm-hmm. So yesterday he actually texted Chris Columbus and asked him directly, like, "You are the master of all things Christmas." He's directed Gremlins. He's directed, well, he wrote Gremlins, but he's directed Home Alone.
Yeah, and I think he did some of the Harry Potters too.
He did Harry Potter. He did. I think he did Jingle All the Way. Mm-hmm. He's got a long history of Christmas movies.
Damn.
And
Christmas Vacation. Or you worked on that?
He worked on it. So Casey Tebow asked him, "Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?" And Chris Columbus said flat out, "It's not a Christmas movie."
Oh wow!
Thank you.
There
So,
go.
okay, so that's the
I
definitive
disagree
source.
with Chris Columbus, but
See, the way you were setting that up, it made me think, and I don't want you to talk anymore because I can tell just how harsh it is.
yeah,
Sound like Dale Arnold last week.
I was saying, I was going to say, I think I sound more like Jerry Callahan right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's got Tim's.
I mean,
got
all these putzes, they don't understand.
Yeah.
Tim's
Trump.
got Midnight in the Desert stuff coming up this week, and I'm assuming next week too, Tim. Just as a slight plug for everybody.
Just tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday night.
Okay, so if you're listening,
if I make it that far,
if you're listening now or you're listening Tuesday, whatever, keep your eyes peeled for Tim.
Yeah,
at
keep
Tim
your ears
Weisberg.
open, too,
Yes,
yeah.
that's more important. Yes, definitely. But anyways, movies that can be debated as Christmas movies.
Yeah, so Harry Potter, the aforementioned one,
never
I
heard
know it
that.
doesn't, but I always love from reading the books and even watching the movies. I loved all the Christmas scenes when everyone would leave for Christmas break and it would just be a couple of people, and it was always like depicted as like a really nice time to be around the castle. That's the time that I wish that I could be at Hogwarts the most.
Okay, this whole thing with the non-Christmas movies being Christmas movies. I like I said,
There's the Christmas spirit is present, at least for those moments.
Yeah, I like to poke at you with it, and I will do this to other people in the future who don't hear this little spiel right now. But anybody that says that like Die Hard is a Christmas movie is just trying to be an a-hole.
Right.
They're just trying to poke at someone in prod who's really passionate about Christmas movies. Yada yada yada.
Get on your troll job.
Exactly. The only way a movie is a Christmas movie is if Christmas is central to the theme.
Right.
Now, I understand in Die Hard, he comes home for the holiday or is visiting his family for the holidays. That is not it, though. That's not what this is all about. This is more about his
Where is the
relationship.
Christmas spirit?
It's not there. It's
not there.
Yeah, it's just Christmas has to almost be in a way a character in the movie, and it's
Right.
not.
Right.
Like we hear about the music being a character, it's not. And I don't think it is in any of these. Mean Girls is that on the list?
Mean Girls.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's right.
scene.
Yeah.
The Jingle Bell Rock scene.
Now I will say Mean Girls is probably a Christmas movie. That's fair.
I think that's kind of funny. The other ones that I have here.
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns takes place during Christmas time. Catch Me If You Can. Really depressing, somewhat Christmas movie. Everything That Always Happens with John Hanratty.
Okay.
Groundhog's Day. I saw that listed on there, but I don't think, is that really a Christmas movie?
It takes place on Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so Just Friends, funny Ryan Reynolds movie that takes place in the wintertime, right around Christmas time.
I don't know that one.
It's funny.
wait.
I think it was on Netflix.
Wait a minute. Just Friends.
Yeah, he's fat.
Oh,
He's in the fat
yeah.
suit.
I never saw that, but I remember seeing him in a fat suit. Yes, that does ring a bell.
And what's the guy from Nova from American Pie? Chris Klein.
Not sure who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the lacrosse guy, the good-looking guy.
Oh, yeah. He's in that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he still acted anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's an older movie. Iron Man 3. Maybe.
In Lethal Weapon.
And then Lethal Weapon. Gremlins could have been on there as well. Some Christmas hot takes here.
Okay.
Eggnog, yay or nay?
I mean, I'm fine with it. Why is it a hot button issue? Can you explain it to me?
It's gross. It's milk and booze.
Is there alcohol in all eggnog?
No, not in all eggnog.
Okay. But I mean,
You're an adult.
you put alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never done that before. That's probably why it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, I'm just not. It's a consistency thing. I just don't like eggnog.
I think if you were doing alcohol and eggnog, then I'd probably be on your side.
I think you put some rum in it.
Rum?
Yeah, you have to ask your boy Keith. I think Keith is a big fan of that.
That just sounds weird. I mean, it looks like milk. You're gonna put something.
Well, it's sweet. I think that's the idea. Like, I get if you're gonna put any sort of booze in it, rum would be the choice. Maybe a little bourbon.
I mean, I guess I'd give it a shot, but I don't think I'd like it.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
The idea does sound a little brutal. All right, next one.
Real versus fake tree.
I mean, I know I have a tall fake plant.
Tall is also
Did
very
I say tall?
loosely
I'm sorry,
used.
did I say tall? I don't know why I said tall. That was weird. Another one of those moments where I just wasn't thinking. I know I have a fake plant, but I normally am about a real tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
you
I
grew up with one.
grew up with a real tree.
Yeah.
100%. But I mean, at like if you're like I don't want to do a real tree till I'm in a home, like till I have my own home. Like I know I have my own home, but it's like it's a condo. I mean, let's be real. It's like it's closer to apartment.
You have to ship it up an apartment,
It's 8th
elevator.
floor. Yeah, no, not happening. I'm doing fake tree
You get
till I have
pine
a
needles
house.
everywhere, taking it all down.
Yeah, when I have a house, like you, then I'll do a real tree. You do a real tree.
I do a real tree. Although my issue is that the pine needles. It's a real pain to kind of keep up. You have to worry about, is it going to catch on fire? Is it are you going to have it next to a vent or anything? All this other stuff. So I really just want to invest down the road. I can see myself wanting to invest in a very nice fake plastic tree. In the meantime, love the smell of some fresh pine.
As a pet person too, I can understand why you'd want to have a fake tree.
Right. Yes.
There are definitely hassles with all.
It definitely freaks us out.
We never had issues till we had a cat in my house, and she knocked down the tree a few times.
Oh yeah. Well, cats are fickle. Yeah. Don't even get me started on cats.
I love my cat.
Ugly sweaters. Or any sort of holiday attire.
I don't. Well, okay, now we're going. Okay, hold up. First on the ugly sweaters, I never understood the hype overall, but I will say
it's kind of popped up recently.
Yeah, I feel like in the last 5-10 years, it's become popular, and I'm fine with it. But I just don't understand where it all came from. What's the
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool though. You go to a theme party, throw on an ugly sweater, bam, it's a good time.
Yeah, there are some fun ones out there for sure. There's definitely a lot of good superhero themed ones. I've seen a lot of good Deadpool ones through the years. I only have one, and it's two gingerbread men fighting with essentially lightsabers.
Oh,
so
okay, I like that.
Yeah, it's a solid one.
I'm a fan.
But you were a fan of ugly sweaters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What about?
I'm a fan of mostly everything Christmas. I'm very pro Christmas.
Okay, good.
I get swept up in the holiday cheer. Christmas shopping. When do you get it done?
So there have been years where I get stuff done in, I'll get my brother taken care of in October. I can, if I know that, well, actually no, I can't get him done till after October because his birthday's in October. But I can get my parents done pretty much after their birthday, and I can usually, it's happened before where I've gotten it done that early, just because I'm paying attention, trying to figure out what they want.
Yeah.
This year's been a tough one for me just because I haven't been around them as much, just not living with them and stuff like that. So that's been a little harder. I went and bought my mom something the other day, and then I saw something online because, of course, there's stuff in the phones where they hear you.
Oh, yeah.
And then something perfectly tailored to my mom came across my feed, and it's like, God, dude.
That was it. That was the one.
So now I'm going to have to go and exchange things. It's the gift that I got to give her, 100%. So I enjoy it, though, very much because I'm usually pretty good at finding something that, especially for my mom, that,
it's nice.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah, it catches her off guard, but it's on brand for her, very much so. So I take a lot of pride in that.
Hey, you make mom happy on Christmas. You win Christmas. Yeah, that's what's important.
Exactly. I try and do that when I have a girlfriend, but I haven't had that issue for 2 years.
Well, you keep a little extra money in your pocket. You save all that money for TeePublic.
Exactly. Yeah. Lord knows I need to get some new shirts over there.
Right. So I'm a big I haven't been. I'm usually a last-minute shopper, and I still got some stuff to clean up now. But I did Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing for went all in. I got 60% of all my gifts out that way.
Nice.
And it's awesome. Now I just wait for my bonus to come in. Should be this week. We're going up to the North Shore Mall, doing a nice little shopping spree, finish everything else up.
Okay.
A couple things here and there, so it's nice. So I got everything almost done, and then a week before Christmas, when everything else kind of evens out, get that little extra holiday cash in.
I hate
Make it
wrapping
rain,
though.
baby.
I hate wrapping though.
Oh no, so that's where the lovely wife comes in. She enjoys it. She's great.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh well,
yeah, of course she is. Yeah.
Well, no, that she loves it more so. That's what I was.
Oh well, yeah, I think she's into it.
Gift bags.
Yeah, put a little. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's also very nice.
But I will do gift bags for my dad and my brother. Not for my mom. I wrap that.
Oh, nice.
100%. Actually, I usually wrap it and then put it in a gift bag just to mess with her.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at you. You're real. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway.
Yankee Swap, Secret Santa, White Elephants. You do.
I do a Yankee Swap with one side of the family. I mean, I'm okay with them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm all fan. I wasn't sure if you had a preferred one.
Oh, so,
So yeah, and I know it all varies. So
I've
Yankee
never done
Swap
a Secret
is
Santa.
when I get you, you get me, or Yankee Swap is numbers, right?
Yeah, Yankee Swap's numbers.
Secret Santa's I get you, you get me, and then we find out.
I think
about
those are great. I don't know if I've ever done one, but I think that's a great idea.
And how I understand White Elephant is a Secret Santa, but gifts you don't want. It's gag gifts or things like that.
Oh, okay. So I do more of
funny.
I do more of a White Elephant, but it just I do it with some, again, one side of the family. I don't see a whole heck of a lot throughout the year, so it's just not. It's different. But I mean, everybody else has fun with it, so
yeah.
But I don't know. I guess white elephant with the right people would be fun.
So when back in my college fraternity days, we did White Elephant Christmas, and there was like blow up dolls, and you had to wrap everything in trash. It was fun stuff.
That sounds like a good time.
Nice little holiday party with the boys.
No way it got grimy or anything like that.
No, it did. Mm-hmm. Yes, it crossed the line. Some feelings were probably hurt. But that also on my mom's side, we do a Yankee swap, which is fun because it was like every year there was a water foot massage bath thing. They have those things. They're like real cheap, and you get them at Walmart or something like that. It got passed around for like 8 Christmases. Like everyone just kept rewrapping up the original one and then giving it back. So it's a good time. It's fun. It's fun stuff. It's fun family stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Celebrating Jewish holidays?
I do not.
No?
Do you?
Well, my stepmom is Jewish.
Okay.
So, I've had matzo ball soup, and I've lit the menorah once or twice.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You're very cultured.
Yeah, well, it's great food. Fantastic food.
Tim, I forget, you are not Jewish? Or your dad is Jewish?
My dad's Jewish.
But you guys don't practice, right?
No, my grandparents, we would celebrate Jewish holidays with them.
Gotcha.
So we'd go over their house for Hanukkah.
Gotcha.
Except we couldn't go over 8 nights. We just went over one night and got all of our gifts at once.
It's a good day.
Nice.
It's a good day right there.
Okay.
Adam Sandler style. Thank
you, Tim. I know it's, like I said, we know you're saving your voice. Now, this last note, or no, you got 2 more.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Where do you stand on that?
I mean, I say Happy Holidays, and then if someone says Merry Christmas back to me, then I'll say Merry Christmas. I don't really care. I mean, to me, it's just, I wish that everybody just... Like if I say Merry Christmas to you, you take it for what it is, that I'm wishing you a happy holiday. It's a nice gesture, yeah. But some people don't appreciate that. And fine, whatever. At the same time, if you got to force Merry Christmas down everybody's throat when some people don't celebrate it, it's like, well, it's just happy holidays is easy.
It kind of defeats the purpose of saying a Merry Christmas.
It's just like we're all trying to stand like our ground, whatever that is. It's just like, it's not what it's about.
Now, I just like saying Merry Christmas. I think it's nice, and I don't mean anything by it. I'm not pushing, my obvious faith onto you at that point or anything. I'm like, hey, have a Merry Christmas. And let's just enjoy that time of the year where everybody has off.
Right. Yeah. Everybody has it off pretty much, except for, as we learned in Christmas Story, Chinese restaurants.
Right. Yes.
What was I going to say? But the other thing is, too, Happy Holidays covers New Year's.
Right.
So that's why,
it's all encumbered. Yeah.
Exactly. But, I mean, again, I'm never going to get bothered by somebody saying Merry Christmas. And if someone came up to me and said Happy Hanukkah, I'd probably say it back to them. Like, have a Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I will, actually.
It's like, I don't care. It's sure, I hope that time of the year is good for me and you.
Right.
So
nice. I like it.
But I like this last note. Best gift you've ever received.
Received, yeah.
So I have one for received and one for given.
Okay.
For given, I gave my brother an all-star catcher's mitt, and I was
how old?
I was a senior in high school.
Nice, it's a good gift.
It was and it was his, and I got it like the full retail price, so that thing was not cheap, because those are the best.
And it was a catcher's mitt.
Catcher's mitt, because it was his freshman year of high school. He was going to catch me. I was the varsity pitcher and everything like that. It was a big deal and everything. It was awesome. And
you wanted to get something with extra padding because you were really dialing it up that year.
Exactly, that's what it was. No, I just I wanted him to know, like, well, A, it would make me look good because it would sound good. B, because I wanted him to know that I trusted him. Like that's really what it came down to.
Nice.
So it always my mom's told me he's never forgotten apparently. So whatever. But best gift I wrote
that's
down.
a good little brotherly gift.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so cute.
Now, one time where I was pissed at him, and this actually could have been the very same holiday, to be honest, or maybe no, it wasn't. It was I was 16.
Okay.
I did not have a cell phone yet. Okay, I know everybody at that point did. This was the
probably
era
a Motorola Razr or something.
Exactly. That is what everybody had at that time. I didn't have one. I had nothing. So I'd have to rely on friends if I was, waiting after practice to call my parents. So I was getting my mom's car, and because I was getting my license soon or whatever, and it's Christmas Day, and my brother opens up a gift, and he gets a cell phone in there. And I was like, oh wow. So I'm like, this means,
better get one then.
This means I'm definitely getting one, because my parents wouldn't do that with like a big gift. And then my dad goes with it, and I'm like waiting for him to give me the same kind of box. He's like, oh, just so you know, Nick, you didn't get the same one. I'm pretty sure he started, if not my mom did. Either way, they said you're not getting it because because we figure you're gonna get the car, in April and whatever. So we're gonna give your brother a phone. That way, if you guys need it, one of you, has it because you're gonna be driving him around most of the time, anyways. And I was like, wait, really?
Oh, that was the rationale. That's such a bullshit rationale.
It was like, well, but it's bullshit. But at the same time, it was like, that's actually kind of believable.
I know, I get
coming
it.
From
but it's such a bad. Yeah, you can't argue it, but it's like, come on, it makes sense.
I was so mad, and whoever said the joke initially, the other one backed him up perfectly. So I was just like, oh man, this is so ridiculous. And then like 2 gifts later, it's like, boom, there's this phone. And you know what it was? Do you remember the Juke? It was like really, really tiny. You like could flip it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. So everybody look up the Juke. It was a Verizon
Is it like the
thing.
Jitterbug or something like that?
No, it's called the Juke.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it after. But if you're listening to the podcast right now, stop, go look up the Juke, come back, have a good laugh because it was such a ridiculously tiny phone. Thing was
great.
brutal,
That's
but it got the job done. What was your best gift ever?
So the best gift. So I have a gift and a story too. So I like that format there. So one was the White Ranger Power Ranger, which was like highly coveted. My mom said she had to go on some like fishing dock to get it off the boat, straight off of like from the manufacturer from Japan. Like people are fighting like 6 a.m. like just a slew of parents, just waiting for these stupid toys. And it was the bigger one too. It wasn't the small one. It was the big one.
Oh, wow.
And again, much like Home Alone, if you go on Netflix, the Toys That Made Us, you'll see one of those on there with the Power Rangers. So huge craze. So that was like the toy as a kid that I really loved. But good story is when my dad and my stepmom took my brother and I to Disney World for the first time. That was our Christmas gift. So they wanted us to make it seem like to sell the gift, they've wrapped up a bunch of household items and like put it under the tree to make the tree look like there's a bunch of gifts under there. Mm-hmm. And so my dad hands me the first gift and I open it up and it's an opened box of Cheerios or like, like from the pantry. And then like another one's like a box of Minute Rice. And we're like, what is this? What's going on? And then my stepmom hands us a book, like it's wrapped up and we open it up and it's like, the guide to go into Disney World or something, and then it clicked in. And like my dad's always been known for like playing those little jokes. Before I was born, my brother got coal in his stocking.
Oh wow!
And my dad just did it as a joke when he still believed in Santa Claus. And his rationale behind it was just like, well, everyone needs something to know they can like work on. And like it actually happened, and my brother cries like he's thinking he was a bad kid and on the naughty list. My mom's like pissed at him, like.
Oh, your mom wasn't even in on it. Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Maybe she was and told him not to do it, and then he went ahead and did it anyway.
Jeez. Wow.
So my dad's always kind of had that twisted sense of humor about stuff.
Yeah, that's something else.
This one wasn't as twisted because it was backed up with the trip to Disney World.
Right, of course, yes.
But again, kind of a funny story. Like,
that is a good one.
What is this? Like,
yeah, what is this?
Mini shredded wheat or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. Wes, obviously we've been doing a lot as we've been getting ready for our holiday special episode, our Christmas bonanza extravaganza festivus. What else has been on your mind though?
Watchmen. Episode. It might be the series finale. It was the season finale.
I believe it is.
It was fantastic.
Series finale.
Yeah, it might be a standalone. They might do an anthology series. It might just be a one-off. It's still kind of up in the air right now, I guess. But Damon Lindelof continues to make great television, just compelling television. And this wasn't it was a little tidy. I feel like he's kind of famous for like leaving a lot of unanswered questions and everything. And I won't spoil it in case Tim hasn't seen the final episode yet. But it's just a nice, really awesome episode. Not as good as episode 9, which I think was the best of the season. Fantastic. I also saw this weekend 6 Underground, which is the Ryan Reynolds
the
spy Netflix movie.
Yeah, my dad was very high on that.
It was all right. It was interesting. Yeah, I just feel like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool in whatever he's in now. Now it's like, and it's not his fault. He's just typecast that way.
Part of the problem is like
they want that kind of like
he was so perfect for Deadpool,
right.
And then once he actually got the perfect role, it's like now that's all you see, unless he's in a Pikachu body,
Yeah, exactly. So that's.
But even then, we see Pikachu as like Deadpool playing Pikachu.
Playing Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. God, that movie was so funny.
And on your mind, sir?
Mandalorian. I know you've fallen behind on this. Have you given up on it?
I haven't given up. I'll probably binge watch it. I'll just let it all kind of come at me at once.
Okay. This last episode, which I think was technically 6, I think it's going to be an 8-episode season.
Okay.
Episode 6, it may be the best one ever. I know everybody was a fan of it online, at least from what I could see. I don't know that if we had a new Baby Yoda gift that came out of this. I don't think we did.
Then that's a shame on the internet.
It's a bit disappointing, but it has one of the best action sequences we've seen on any TV, any type of show. This is it had one of the best action sequences I've ever seen. It was outstanding. Right up there with the hallway stuff that we've seen.
Because I heard people were saying that it was kind of kind of dying down a little bit. Like some of the recent episodes were a little bit slower and not as much there to it.
I don't
any truth to that?
They're not like I'm not saying they're crazy action nonstop whatever, but I think that there is some a slower pace to it. Oh, what's up?
I was going to say, do you want me to blow your mind a little bit?
Yeah.
So I don't know I don't remember the character's name, but the devil character there.
Yes.
You know who he's played by?
He's he's the guy who's in Marvel. He's in the Punisher. He's in the first season.
So do you know what cartoon voice he does?
No.
He's Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob.
That's Mr. Krabs?
Clancy Brown.
You remember? I think it was the first season of the Punisher where he gets when does he get the disc, the micro disc? Remember that? Where
I forget. I'm
do you remember the bad
to burn
guy?
myself from that, from all memory of Marvel.
All Marvel Netflix?
Yeah. I'm done with
he's in that. You'd know who he was if
I'd probably recognize him. Yeah,
you definitely would. I can't remember what else he's from, but that guy. Would you say, Tim? He's like 70 or something like that. I saw you put that on Facebook.
67.
67, and he's doing some action sequences. But no, I don't think it's. I mean, maybe it's slowed down a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. I just feel like every moment is everything he does is so deliberate, and I think that there's really good acting in all of it too.
Do you watch Schooled, Wes? The spinoff of the Goldbergs?
No. I've heard of that show, but I haven't.
He's on that too.
Okay.
He was great in. There was a series on HBO years ago called Carnival.
HBO show.
Very dark, twisted show. He was on that show. He played the preacher. That was
wasn't that the same guy who did what's it called? The Wire, and what was the other Hurricane Katrina based New Orleans? Yeah.
Oh, like the show creator?
Yeah.
Different guy.
Okay.
I think Carnival.
Trying to get the picture pulled up.
Yeah, whatever.
The computer's being really slow.
Well, that's it. I think we pretty much got to the end of the show here, right?
Yep, but I wanted to make sure you saw him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Good, I'm glad we done. So no episode next week. Mm-hmm. We hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
Right.
Or Merry Christmas.
Whatever. So that leaves us then. So Star Wars is coming out now. That'll give everybody a week to see it. We're not doing Star Wars when we come back. Right?
No, I thought we are.
We are. So we're going to give...
when we come back.
Right, so I give people 2 weekends to see it.
Yes.
So we'll be good. So we'll be doing Star Wars. Well, what about the and then after that we'll do the decade episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right after the new year.
Perfect. Awesome.
Have a great holiday. Till then, follow us on Twitter at Change My Mind, at Fry_Guy1, at Tim Weisberg, at Wesley Sykes_, and at yourself. Very Merry Christmas.